all the names.
Explain about Shmuel.
They do a shul berachot and
Before Shlema, Esther Bakita.
Tanya of Yehuda say, oh yeah, man, the return the kabel tomorrow. We have to move. But let's go. You ready? Yehuda say that said, the words of Torah are not the kabel tomorrow. This is a new shita. Actually, we thought the shita was the shita of Rabbi Yehuda yesterday, but the Gemara came out that Yehuda also felt that there was a chiyuv for Balkeri to be tovel in the mikveh. It was just for certain things that he allowed, like for hilchot derech eretz and for berachot of kriyat shema. There was many different types of shitot that were mechalek, that differentiated between different types of learning. But here we find now a new opinion that actually does not hold of Tfilat Ezra. Says it straight out. Ein divrei Torah mekablim tumah. Now, Rabbi Moshe Medresh is a Tana that lived many years, hundreds of years after Ezra. And the halacha is that ein beitin yachol levatel divrei beitin chaviron ken gadol mimenu b'chachma v'binyan. You cannot uproot a takana unless the beitin is greater than them in wisdom and in number. So how is he able to, Rabbi Moshe Medresh, to cancel the takana of Ezra? So there are three different ways that the Rishonim say. Some say that he felt that it's not true, that Ezra never made such a takana. Very simple. He's not arguing with anybody. He's saying, Ein divrei Torah mekablim tumah. There's no such a thing. Ezra never made such a thing. Since the words of Torah are so above, beyond any tumah, Ezra never made such a thing. It's a mistake. He argues with the notion that there is a takana. Number two is, of course, he agrees that there was a takana, but it came with a tanai. Ezra said that if anybody, any beitin, even if they're not greater than him, wants to be mivatel, they can be mivatel. So therefore, I have the permission to be mivatel, and I feel that ein divrei Torah mekablim tumah, so I'm being mivatel. And the third way is that since Ezra's takana did not take hold amongst Klal Yisrael, most of Klal Yisrael did not accept it. It was not widespread. Therefore, the halacha is that it's nullified by itself. It's just self-nullified.
Is there all of this takana? Just this one specific?
This one specific. And since it didn't really take hold, therefore it's self-nullified. That's the halacha. The halacha is if it doesn't become widespread, it doesn't hold. Anyways, he doesn't hold of Tekanat Ezra. There was a Talmud that was saying Divrei Torah, and Rabbi Moshe was listening to him, but he was stuttering through it. He wasn't speaking clearly. Why? Because he was a Balkari. Omalei b'ni p'tach picha ve'ir dvarecha. She'ein divrei Torah v'chablim tumah. Open your mouth and illuminate your words. Don't speak unclearly. Speak clearly. Don't be worried about the fact that you're Balkari. Because ein divrei Torah v'chablim tumah shene'emar haloch kod divari ka'esh u'masha. Hashem says, my words are like fire. Ma'esh ena mekabel tumah, af divrei Torah ena mekablim tumah. Fire is not mekabel tumah. You could put fire, dead person touches the fire, it's not mekabel tumah. Therefore, the words of Torah are not mekabel tumah. Amar Mar, matziat ha-mishnah ena matziat ha-gemara. Now the Gemara goes back to the Braita of the Tanoim which did hold of Tekanat Ezra, but some said that it depended on what type of Torah you want to learn. So the Gemara brings the Shita that the Balkari is not allowed to speak Torah in a lengthy fashion, which means you can't get involved in deep explanations of the Gemara. That is Misayel de Rabbi Loi. That actually brings proof to Rabbi Loi. Where he said the same thing, that you're allowed to explain the reasons of the Mishnah, but you cannot explain the reasons of the Gemara. And Rashi's girsa and across the whole Gemara was Matziyat HaMidrash. Because there are many psukim there. Fine. The Gemara says this halacha of Rabbi Loi is actually found in the Tanoim as machloket Tanoim elsewhere. Tanoim. Masechet Mishnah in Masechet Gemara Divrei Rabbi Meir. The Begamliel Omer Mishum Rabbi Chanina Begamliel Ze v'Ze Asur. They're both Asur. So you see, there's a machloket to that. Amila Ze v'Ze Mutar. And some say that Rabbi Chanina Begamliel said that they're both mutar. So the Gemara explains. Man de Amar Ze v'Ze Asur. The shitot that say that Rabbi Chanina Begamliel said that both being Matzia the Mishnah and being Matzia the Gemara are Asur. Rabbi Yochanan HaSandler, as you remember, Rabbi Yochanan HaSandler last night said in the name of Rabbi Akiva that you're not allowed to speak Torah whatsoever, and that's what this shita would be as well. Man de Amar Ze v'Ze Mutar, but the Man de Amar that says that both of them are Mutar, Ki Rabbi Yehuda ben Meteira. He says everything's okay. Do you know why? Because there's no Ein Divrei Torah Mekavlim Tumah, like Rabbi Yehuda ben Meteira. Amar Rav Nachman Yitzchok, no Galu Kani Tlat Savi. The world is noheg in leniency like the following three old great zikenim. Rabbi Loi, Bereshit Hagez, like Rabbi Loi in the mitzvah Reshit Hagez, which is to give the mitzvah as Reshit Hagez, the first of your shearings. When you shear your animals, it has to go to the Kohen. Okay? So, how much? There's no shear. Midrabanan, it's 1/60th. And I'm going to see the shita in a second. There was a leniency according to Rabbi Lai, and we follow that leniency. Rabbi Yoshua b'Kilayim, we follow Rabbi Yoshua's leniency in Kilayim, and Rabbi Yehuda ben Meteira b'Divrei Torah. We follow Rabbi Yehuda ben Meteira's leniency in the Isur of Balkari, saying Divrei Torah. Rabbi Loi b'Reishit Hagez d'Tanya, Rabbi Loi b'Reishit Hagez einu no'gel ba'aretz. He says, not in Chutzorets. In America, if you have sheep, you don't have to give the Kohen. That's a leniency. We follow that. Rabbi Yoshua b'Kilayim k'dichsiv lo tizrak hamcha kil'ayim. Rabbi Yoshua omer l'olam enu chayav ad she'yizrach ita u'seora v'chatzam. The Torah says, do not plant your vineyard kil'ayim, in forbidden mixture. Rabbi Yoshua says, that is through the Torah. You're only chayav makot if you plant wheat, barley, those are two separate species, those are a forbidden mixture. Zichartzam, and the seed of a grape. Bima polet yad, in one throw, which means they land within one throw of each other. What type of leniency is this? Because what he's saying is like this, that you have to, that the isur of planting things with vineyards and the isur of planting two separate species are not two separate isurim, but they have to both happen simultaneously for the person to violate the isur. Which means, lo tizra karmecha kilayim, don't plant your vineyard together with kilayim, already a forbidden mixture. Not don't take your grapes and plant them with wheat. That's not enough. Don't take your grapes and plant them with a already forbidden mixture of wheat and barley, which is already forbidden. So you need all three to happen, and that is a kula. And he's saying that that's not halakha. The Tanya of Yehuda ben Meteira Omer, and the Torah coming to Ma, that's our sugya ahead. That's the third leniency. Okay?
How did word anyways get too long? I mean, it's not physical. Where's the Torah don't get too long?
What did Ezra feel? How could you say you need to go to the mikveh for the words of Torah?
These words of Torah don't contract too long.
Yeah, but
That's what he says. So what's the other shit?
Obviously, a word of Torah doesn't contract too long. What does that mean? Physical. Tuma is something. It's a physical.
But how did you understand until now? You have to go to the mikveh in order to say the words of Torah. If you're not carried. The Torah is not mechayiv that. The Torah says you can't go to the Beit HaMikdash, you can't eat trumah. But to say words of Torah, the Torah never had a problem. So Ezra made a takana. Don't speak holy words if you have tumat carry. How did you understand that? That's what you're really challenging. Basically, you're saying you understand it. I don't know the answer. I don't know what. Well, we'll see soon. The basis of his takana might help a little bit.
No, היוצא מן הטמא טמא, לא?
What?
היוצא מן הטמא טמא.
Okay.
רציתי כמה...
I would look at it more like as a disrespect maybe to God, because you are not really ready to do something. The words are not going to contract to him. It's more like, that's what I look at it as, like you're not a vessel to do these things right now, and it might not like as you're doing something wrong to Hashem, like it's like you're saying a disrespect a little bit. That's how because if God told you to prepare yourself for 3 days, right, it's telling you for a reason.
And the truth is, I hear what you say, and the truth is that yesterday we saw that it had a lot to do with the fact that when you learn Torah, you say what's Torah, you have to have been a focused, mindset. And things that came about through Keri is Kalut Rosh. That's why all the Tanoim were differentiating between different types of learning Torah, different types of Torah. Hilchot Derech Eretz and Yudah said no problem. The other one said Mishnah, fine, but not Gemara. Midrashim, Psukim. So you see that it has to do with the way that you'll approach it, maybe. So Rabbi Yehuda is saying, I don't want to hear any of that because Ein Divrei Torah come to mind. I don't understand exactly how to explain Machloket. I hear your question. Let's continue. Kianta Z'iri Amar, Batlu L'Tiluta, the Amila Batlu L'Tiluta. Z'iri came from Eretz Yisrael to Babel, and he said to the people in Yeshiva, look, the Chachamim, they're mevatel the Tvilah. There's no Tvilah for Ezra. Amrilan, some say that he said that the Chachamim were mevatel, they nullified, no more, they canceled the washing of the hands, Netilat Yadayim. So what does that mean? They canceled Netilat Yadayim? Man da'am batul l'tfilut, Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera. That one's understood. It's Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera that a Balkari is not chayav to be tovel for Divrei Torah. Uman da'am batul l'tfilutam ki hader Rav Chizda light amad the Mahader Amay b'din slaughter. That's a Gemara that we learned before. That Rav Chizda cursed anyone who went looking for water when the Zman of Tefillah came, and he has other things that you can just wipe his hands on kol midid v'nakin, anything that cleans them. You should not go back looking for water. That's what Yehuda said, and that's what he meant. Okay, but he's saying clearly like Yehuda said. Tanu Rabbana, Malkeri shenatnu alav tishakam in mayim tahor. Okay, so now let's say you go for Tfilat Ezra, right? The Kanat of the Ezra that you have, the Balkari has to purify himself before it says Tfilah. How do you do it? So you say, what do you mean how you do it? You go to a mikveh. So it's not so simple. Says this bright. First of all, you could throw Tisha Kabin Mayim on it and he's tahor. Okay? Even though he didn't enter a mikveh that made him tahor for anything else. Okay? So, but he's for the words of Torah, for the takanat of Tfilat Ezra, it was enough if you took 9 kabin of water. A kav is 24 eggs. 24 times 9 is 216, right? That's how many eggs, volume of eggs of water you have to pour on it. You say here it's 21.6 liters. Now, did Ezra make this up? Or Ezra said you have to go to a mikveh and the Chachamim later said this? So we'll see later on in the Gemara that it's mashma, that Ezra said go to a mikveh. The Chachamim were makel, they said this will suffice for Torah words. Obviously you're not tahor for anything else, because this is not a real mikveh. Nachamish Gamzu. So today, if you want to go into like a shower, you turn on the shower after you've been there, and it pours on you for how many minutes? I don't know how many minutes they say, like at least over 10 minutes. Pours on you. There's a Nachem Ish Gamzu, Nachem Ish Gamzu whispered this. In privacy, he said this to Rabbi Akiva. It's okay, just use tissue cap. Rabbi Akiva Lachshem Ben Azai, he whispered it to Ben Azai in private. He went out wherever he found his Talmidim in the Shuk and he publicized this halacha. There was a machloket about this story in the West, in Eretz Yisrael. Who are, between who? Between Rabbi Yossi Bar Elva and Rabbi Yossi Bar Zvi. Chantani Shna. One says that Ben Azai taught this publicly, and he publicized it. The Chantani Nachasha. And one said, no, he whispered it. He didn't want to teach this to the masses. Man Tani Shana Mishum Torah. The one that said that he taught it Berabim is because he wanted to teach us. You know why? Because if people are looking for a mikveh about 40 sah, which is they hold of the Tfilat Ezra, what are they going to do? The mikveh was far away in the city. It wasn't easy to get there. They didn't have cars in those days. A lot of time passes. You have a person that wants to learn Torah. He has to go 15, 20 minutes. Then 50, 20 minutes back. A lot of bitul Torah. We should be bitul Torah v'riviyah. Now the Talmidei Chachamim, they're not going to be mishamesh mitoteim a lot because they're going to say it's too much bitul Torah going on here. Therefore, they're not going to do the mitzvah of Piriyah v'riviyah. So he said, if there's a way out, if there's an easier way, and that's the halacha that I heard to Rabbi Akiva, I want to publicize it. So people should get the tefillah, and there should be more Torah, and there should be more Piriyah v'riviyah. But the one that said that he continued whispering it, and he didn't want to publicize it, so that the other, just the opposite, the Chachamim should not be by their wives like the roosters, which are married b'tashur shamita a lot. And therefore, he didn't want to publicize this heter, this leniency. Because actually, Tfilat Ezra was very beneficial for a different reason. And it could be that it's one of the primary, the base of the Takana of Ezra. So that the Talmidei Chachamim should not be mishamesh mitoteim so often. Why won't they? Because Talmidei Chachamim care about one thing, mainly, their Torah. That's their business, that's their life. And if they know that every time the mishamesh mitoteim, the next morning, they're going to have to go on this long, arduous journey to the mikveh and back, and lose 40 precious minutes or so, they're going to hold back. And there's going to be more kedusha. When will they be with their wives? Whenever they have to, but not too much. And therefore, he liked this. So there's two different perspectives. I heard that they're makel, that they're lenient with tisha kabin. Everybody knows what it means when I say tisha kabin for now. The 9 kabin of water that you pour on the person, and he doesn't have to go to a mikveh. Which means you don't have to go to a kosher mikveh. That was rainwater that fell into it. You can draw water with a barrel from a river, pour it on your head, and that's it. And I heard that they're machmir. And I also heard, on the other hand, that they're machmir. So Rabbi Yanai says, by the way, whoever is machmir on himself, to go to the mikveh, not to shukam, he'll have a long life, long days, long years. I'm Rabbi Shimon Levi. Now let's see Rabbi Shimon Levi's approach. He said, "Mativan shatov le'shachim." What are they doing? What is the nature of those who go to the mikveh in the morning? So the Rebbe says, "Mativan ha'yudom about Teri Yosef b'divei Torah." We spoke about this last night, right? Rabbi Shimon Levi is the Baal HaMemra. He is the one that said where Ezra got it from, the Smuchim. And now he's wondering, what are these guys going to the mikveh in the morning for? What are you wondering about? They're going because of Tfilat Ezra. You're the one that said Smuchim, just like on Har Sinai. Okay? They have to go there for Torah. So too, the Gemara says,
He's the Tanya from the Brisa that says that?
Yeah, it's not a Braita because he's really an Amora, but he's an early Amora. All the way back from where we started yesterday. So Gemara says, this is what he was saying. What are they using 40 star? If Shabbat Tisha Kabin. They can use 9 carbon. Why are they being machmir on themselves? And mativim b'tvila efshe b'netina. Okay? Why are they what? Why are they immersing themselves? They can pour on themselves. Tisha Kabin. Now, we're going to see soon in the Sugya, I'm jumping ahead for a second, that the heter of Tisha Kabin, even for those who hold it exists, right, is only for sick people. A sick person who had a re'iyas carry, so he can go and use this heter, this leniency, according to those who hold of it, with Tisha Kabin. So why is Rabbi Shua ben Levi so wondering, why are they going to the mikveh 40 star? Let them take Tisha Kabin and pour it on themselves. And Rashi says, because the Stam Talmid Chacham has a halacha of a sick person. It's a Gemara. Normal Talmid Chacham has the status of a sick person. Because they were weaker, they learn Torah, the Torah weakens them. And these Gemaras, they sit the whole day, they don't do exercise. The Gemara says that we pray for colds and for Talmid Chachamim, which are sick. It's a Gemara. And therefore, that's why he was talking about the Talmid Chacham. They're weaker people. And they have a halacha like a chola that's all carried. Therefore, they can take the leniency of Tisha Kabin. Amar Rabbi Chanina, get the Godel. Rabbi Chanina said that the Chachamim made a great fence. They fenced this great breach. The Tanya Ma'aseh Be'echad Shetava Isha, the Taravera, because the story that a man asked a woman to do an Avera with him. Okay? Rashi says that he wasn't asking her to do an Easter of Snut. She was not an Eshet Ish. It wasn't an Easter Karet. It was an Easter Pnuya. She wasn't married. Amar lo, she said, Reiko, empty one. You have a mikveh to go to afterwards?
I know what you're thinking about.
To what carried? Miyad perish. This is the way that she got him off. So immediately, he left her. He didn't do the Avera. There's a little bit of an interesting story there, right?
Right.
It looks like she was willing to do it, but she didn't want to do it if he doesn't have a mikveh.
Because she wants him to learn Torah.
It's very interesting, right? Okay. So the Mefarshim speak of that. Let's continue. But you see that the mikveh, and you see this guy himself, was like, he said, okay, after the Avera, I'm done, I want to go back to my life. Which is a very nice Moshe Haskell there. That, what's the Lashon in Koheles?
There's a time for everything.
That it says, I forgot the words in Koheles. Pasuk in Koheles. Ruach HaMoshe Tal Alecha Mimkoimcha Al Tanach. The spirit of the Moshe, the Yetzer Hara, Tal Alecha, has descended upon you. He got you. Mimkoimcha Al Tanach. Wherever you're up to, let's say you were climbing up the ladder and you got up to the rung 322. Then one day, boom, shoots and ladders. He got you, you're down, you went down 45 steps, all the way down to 200 and whatever it is. 87, right? Now, you're like, forget it. I just throw the towel, let me do another Avera. Because, you got me, I'm nothing. No. Mikoi says Shlomo HaMelech, wherever you're up to rung 275, Al Tanach. Don't leave that. That's what it says over here. He said, I do the Avera, and afterwards I want to go back. What does Hashem want you to do after a person does a real Avera? It's a terrible Avera. What does he want you to do at that moment? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. He finishes Avera. feels terrible. He wants you to go to the Beit Midrash. Go to the Beit Midrash, open a Gemara, it's called reading. It's shad.
Mikvah first.
I don't know what I've already did.
Tshuva
You ready to...
Oh, I was thinking. I don't know.
Mikvah is good for any Avera, you're right.
Tshuva first.
Tshuva. But what's the first thing in Tshuva? Continue doing Avodat Hashem.
Yeah.
Go back to the Beit Midrash. Yetzirah tells the person, well, you're going to go open a Gemara now. You're going to open a Gemara? Yeah, what else should I do? I should do another Avera? Of course I should go open a Gemara. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is waiting for you every second. Amar Rav Huna Rabbanan Rabotai. Ifnei ma'atem mizalzel b'tefillah zu. Rav Huna said to the Rabbanan Rabotai, what are you being mizalzel in this tefillah? You're humiliating, you're shaming the tefillah. I don't see you going to the mikvah. You go like a Yehudim and Beteya? That ain't the Beteya. I never see you go to the mikvah. Even Shum Tzina, if it's because it's too cold, if Shabbat Mechatzot, you can go into the bathhouses. They're hot. What do you mean you go into the bathhouses? The bathhouses then were made from water that was drawn. Okay, every time water that is drawn is pasul for a mikveh. Okay, the only water that's kosher for mikveh is water that gathered there for making shamim by themselves. But if you gather, you draw water in a keli, and you heat them up on the fire, and then you pour them into a basin or a cavity in the ground, it's pasul. So what do you mean that if they're cold, and that was the reason they should go into the heated bathhouses? The heated bathhouses are pasul because they're shuvin. So Rav Huna said to Rav Chisda, Rav Barahava also holds like you. That a Balkari has to go into a kosher mikveh. But Rav Huna is saying, I don't hold like that. Even though the mikveh is not going to take off his tumah of Kari midoraita, and he'll be tameh 100%. But for divrei Torah, for Tfilat Ezra, it's enough to go in to a non-kosher mikveh. Like for example, today that would be going to your swimming pool for Tfilat Ezra while the filter is running, which is not she'uvin. It's not a problem of she'uvin, but it's a problem of zochlin, which is a different psul, a different disqualification in the mikveh. If the water is moving out of that cavity, and that's what a filter does, because it moves out of the pool into the pipes, gets clean, goes back in. So that's not kosher for a tefillah deoraita, which means if a Baal Keri goes into a swimming pool with the filter on, he can't eat truma. Can't walk into the Beit HaMikdash. It's tamei 100%. But for this, it's okay.
There's a halacha that's based on what just only by Rabbi says that.
It's based on Rabbi, but I'm telling you that it's the halacha also.
Really?
I'm telling you, meaning, yeah.
I thought
It's better to go into the mikveh that's kosher.
No, I'm saying even if you have the pool, you turn off the pump.
Oh, that's for sure good.
Right, I know.
That's amazing.
Where are your chazakah that
If he
it's
waits
more...
a day but doesn't
Where's
do
your chazakah that the first recording of the kabin was from Geshem? Usually to fill the pool, they put holes in it and start filling it up.
It's true, but that's also not an issue. Like we just, I'm saying,
You
no.
go by Takara, did you say that's not the...
Say when you turn off the pump, why is it so good? Are you asking that, or are you asking
a pool?
a pool? It's a pool with all of its issues. That issue, this issue, filter. It doesn't. That's what we're saying here. The Buddha is saying, for Tfilat Ezra, it's good. Okay.
Are you allowed to wait it out and not do tefillah at all, or even in that case, you wouldn't be allowed to basically touch, even if you waited a day?
If you went into a swimming pool.
No, if you waited a certain time
Yeah.
until the end of the day, you didn't do tefillah yet, you wouldn't be allowed.
Your whole life, you could wait years and years. If you didn't go to a mikveh, you can't walk into this mikveh. Okay. So Rabbi Zera Haviyata Vagana Demaya Masuta. Rabbi Zera would sit in this big, large keli filled with water in the bathhouse, and he was a Balkari. Go get me 9 cabin of water and pour it on my head. Pour it on me. So Rabbi Barabba told Rabbi Zera, why are you exerting such effort? What are you doing? Why are you bothering yourself? You're sitting in a huge bathtub that has at least 9 cabin of water. So just immerse yourself. Why do I have to come with another one and pour it on your head? Because the halacha of Tisha Kabin, again, we're going to see soon that's because it's Talmud Chacham. He's using this head of Tisha Kabin. But that has to be similar to the halachas of Aboyim Stov. Which means, just like the halacha of Aboyim Stov, a real mikveh, Aboyim Stov is a measurement of water, that a mikveh becomes kosher through that amount of water. A saw is 144 eggs. So 40 saw, I think, is 5760 eggs. Just like Marabayim Stov b'tvilah v'lo b'tinah, after Shekabin b'tinah v'lo b'tvilah. Just like 40 saw is specifically with immersion and not with pouring on your guf, so too Tisha Kabin is b'tinah v'lo b'tvilah. It has to be very specific. Here it has to be with someone pours it on you and not going into Tisha Kabin. It's not the way it was said. Therefore, the barrel that I'm sitting in is not going to help. It's not 40 saw of kosher. It's drawn water. And it's not Tisha Kabin. Okay? So this is different than Rav Huna. Rav Huna said they could go into mechatzot. Right? They could go into the bathhouses that were heated with she'uvin. So you're not getting a real mikveh. You're not getting Tisha Kabin. So it could be, you'll tell me, no. Rav Huna was saying you're getting it because of mikveh. The mikveh is not so kosher. Okay, but for Ezra it's good. But for Tisha Kabin, maybe he would agree that it has to be b'netinah. That could be as well. Okay. Rav Nachman tikin chatz about Tisha Kabin, so it's not so clear these things. Rav Nachman, there's so many different opinions that we've seen already. There must be already 20 opinions that we saw. All sorts of, if you have to do it at all. For what type of Torah do you have to do it if you hold you have to do it? And when you do it, does it have to be in a kosher mikveh, not kosher mikveh? When you use Tisha Kabin, how do you do the Tisha Kabin? There's so many, it splits it off into many, many different. So we'll soon see the halacha l'maisa at the end of the time. Just tell you is that we paskin that you don't need to do it. Feel that that's it, because it was pashtus. It wasn't this pashut in Klal Yisrael, so it was like kind of self-nullified. But the Rambam writes that it's very important to try to do it, and he said that he never missed in his life even once. The Rambam writes that even though the halacha is chayav, but he never missed. And we know that everybody, that great people in life were very, very makpid. Even though the halacha, you don't have to.
And it gives you long days and years.
And it gives you long days and years, the Gemara. And also it's known from the great tzaddikim that said that any sefer that was ever nitkabel, was ever was received by the masses in Klal Yisrael, which are basically the svarim in this room. They're all famous svarim, not just like random, a little guy. I'm looking at them. They're all famous. Chazon Ish, this, that. They're all me'am lawyers. They were all written by authors who were makbid on Tfilat Ezra. And there's a lot to say about it. It's a very, very noble thing, but of course, a person should not, let's say a person is going to miss Tfilah b'tzibur, you should not miss Tfilah b'tzibur, Tfilat Ezra. They'll say, oh, but I feel so not pure. I can't do it. I can't daven like this. It could be that's Yetzer Hara talking. Because Baruch Hu wants to do the best thing, daven Tfilah b'tzibur. Go to the mikveh afterwards. If you're going to miss it. Okay. Rav Nachman tikin chatz about Tisha Kabin. I even saw Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, the Gadol. He said that people think that in Lithuania, by the literature people, the non-Chassidim, nobody was makbid on Tfilas Ezra. The more Chassidim, they were into these things, more Kabbalistic and Tumah, Tara. The literature just went Halakoi Kedivrek Areish Deum Hashem, which is true. Like if you did a Besteira, Ein Divrei Torah B'Katan Tumah, get back into the Gemara, nothing doing. He says it's not true. In Lita, I was there. Everybody was makbid on Tfilas Ezra. Even the most Lithuanian Kol Talmidei Chachamim, which I happen to love. They're my that's my mikveh. So he says they all went to the mikveh, but since they weren't chassidim and they didn't go every day, chassidim go every day, and they go all the time. They didn't go every day. They only went when they were all carried, so they kept it more in private. So it's more tznius. You don't have to tell everybody when you go into the mikveh. So therefore, it was kept private. That's why people didn't know about it, because it was done with tzniut. But they were makbid in Lithuania. Fine.
Wait, then how do you know that they were machbid?
He knew, because he did his research. He knew. If you did your research, you found that. And if you look at Chaim Kanievsky's sefer, it's a beautiful sefer. Orchot Yosher, he has a chapter on this, how important it is to try to keep this. It's a beautiful chapter. Maybe we'll read it one day over here. Okay, Rav Nachman Tikin Chatzavat Tisha Kabin.
Ashkenazim don't know this.
No, in Lakewood, Talmidei Chacham, of course. Of course. Yeah. I'm not telling you that they're all makbid. I'm not saying they're all makbid. I don't. But in the mikveh in Lakewood on a regular Tuesday morning, plenty of people there. And they don't go every day. So the makbid on Tefillah says, the Nachman Tikin Chatzav as Tisha Kabin. Now Nachman, he prepared a kedi that held 9 kabin, so that his Talmidim, when they came to learn in the morning, if anybody needed tahara, there it was. Ki atar Rav Dimi Amar, Rav Kiva Rav Yehuda Glustera Amru. When Rav Dimi came to Eretz Yisrael, he said, that Rav Kiva Rav Yehuda Glustera said, Lo Shanu, this whole halacha was only said elo l'chola, le'onso. Which means, the Chachamim didn't want to bother a person to look for a mikveh for himself. He said, look, the guy didn't want to see Kerry. He just came by force. And he's a chola. He's sick. So we're not going to bother him. So Tisha Kabin. But even a sick person who brought it on himself to carry, meaning he was mishamesh mitato, he doesn't have a way out. This Tisha Kabin thing doesn't exist. Abayim sa, he needs Abayim sa. Amar Rabbi Yosef, Yit v'chatzu de Rav Nachman. It's an expression. He's saying, according to Rav Dimi, Rav Nachman's barrel that he set up right over there outside the Beit Midrash for the Talmidim in the morning has just been broken. Okay? Because these Talmidim that came in the morning, who were they? They were Talmidei Chachamim that if they saw Kerry through what? They were married. Through Tashmish Amitah. So what does it help the Tisha Kabin? The Tisha Kabin is only there for a chole that saw Kerry le'onso, which is a very uncommon occurrence. Doesn't happen. So he was setting it up for his Talmidim that had relations with their wives. That doesn't help the Tisha Kabin. So there's no point in having his barrel. His barrel's broken. It's just an expression. Remember the Shita, Rabotai. Ravin Shita is Omar, but Usha have a Uvda. In Usha there was a story. Usha is a sin. The kilo the Rabbi Ishio in the entrance to the home of Rabbi Ishio. Atu v'shodu the Ravasi. They came to ask Ravasi in that entranceway, is the Balkari allowed to learn Torah with Tisha Kabin, or does he need a mikveh? Amalu, he said, Lo shanu el l'chol ha'mardi, aber l'chol ha'onza patu mikveh. He said, a chola that brings it on through mishamesh mitato, he Tisha Kabin was made for him. But if a chola that happened onso, I'm going to say what onso means once because we're going to keep seeing that language. Hope you can remember what it means. Onso means that it happened to him. He didn't want. It was involuntary. Because he was sick. And whatever happened, he found that he saw Kerry. But he didn't bring it on through any action of Tashmish Amitah. So he's patur from anything. He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need anything to learn Torah. So now, Rabotai, this is a step down. Ravin just went one step down. He said that if you're a chola and you bring it on to yourself, Dear, Tisha B'Av is made for you.
How do you bring it onto yourself?
Through Tashva Shamita.
But you said he was anus.
Relations. No. I'm talking about
But that's called chole. If you have
if
rich.
the guy is a chola, and he had relations with his wife, even though, so because he's a chola, Ravin say, before we learned, Rav Yosef said, you're a chola, I'm sorry. You brought it onto yourself, doesn't help. The whole heter, this whole leniency of Tisha B'Av, is only a chola that didn't even bring it onto himself. It happened to him.
Yeah.
But Ravin is one step more lenient. He says, not true. Tisha B'Av was made even for the one who brought it onto himself through relations, if he's a chola. We don't want to bother him. Tisha B'Av.
Chola, aka guy learning Torah also.
Oh, if you're a chola that happened to you, then you don't have to go at all. Nothing. You can just learn Torah. So according to Ravin, it was a very great need for Rav Nachman's barrel outside the Beit Midrash. Because his Talmidim were like cholim, because they're Talmidei Chachamim. And even if they bring it onto themselves, because of relations, right? The Gemara said before, come on, that doesn't happen at all, that it happens, to a person. It's hard. You don't need a barrel for that. You only need a barrel for a person that has relations. That's that's more common. But now we're saying that even for that person who brought it onto himself, through relations, if he's a chole, Talmid Chacham, he can use Tisha B'Av. That's what Tisha B'Av was for. So the Gemara says, Amar Rav Yosef, it's the Neit Chatzu de Rav Nachman. You just put the shards back together. Rav Nachman's barrel has been put back together. That's why Rav Nachman had it. Rav Nachman was of this opinion, that Tisha B'Av is made for a chole hamargil, who brings it up to himself. Okay? Everything clear? Okay. So now,
Rav Nachman bought
Zach, Mechti, Kula Amaroi, V'Tanoi, V'Te'ezer, Kalutzid. The next Ezra Hechitakin. Every day, okay? Every day, this is Negea to every single day in people's lives. Right? This is a daily occurrence. Tfilas Ezra. So, what are they arguing about exactly? Let's see what exactly Ezra was mitaken. Why would we have lost it? So, Amar Abai, Ezra Tikin Lebori Amargal Aboim So. Okay, there's going to be three different ways of knowing what Ezra did and what the Chachamim did, and they equated with Ezra. So just follow along. It's not very difficult, but you have to pay attention. Ezra was mitaken lebari hamagil aba imsach. He said, if you're a bari, a healthy man, and you're margil, you bring it onto yourself. You need a mikveh. Ubari leonso, if you're healthy, but it was an honest, right? It just happened. Tisha kabin. 9 kabin. Va'atu amaroyu pligi b'chola. But Ezra did not speak about a chola at all. He only spoke about a healthy person. So the Amoraim came and they argued about a chola. Marsav Rav Dimi held chola hamargil, kibari hamargil, that a sick person is just like a healthy person. The chola leonso, kibari leonso. And a chola that had an honest is like a healthy person that had an honest, which means there's no difference. And therefore, whenever you need abayim sa is when you're margil, that's the whole difference. If you're margil, 40 sa. If it came as an honest, Tisha B'Av. Mar Savar, but Ravin, which we saw, he feels chole hamargil kibari lonso. That the chole hamargil is one notch down. Since he's a chole, he has one leniency. He's like a healthy person, the onso, so he can use Tisha B'Av, which is the sheet of Rav Nachman before. The chole leonso and a chole leonso, which means he has two leniencies. Not only is he sick, but it happened that he didn't even bring it on. He goes 2 down, and he's patuli, which is the way that the Gemara learns. Rav Nachman is barrel. Amar Rava, so Rava said, "He did takin as a tefillah, the tina mitakin." He says, you're telling me that Ezra had to do with Tisha B'Av? Ezra never had to do with Tisha B'Av. He had to do with one thing. going into a 40 saw. Immersion. Netina, I never heard that. But as a ticket field, the Valakari. The way we have it recorded, Sarava, is that Ezra was mitaken tvilah tvilah. What does tvilah mean? Immersion. The people who are Valakari. We never heard that Ezra ever said Netina. You throw the Tisha Kabin on. Okay? So the El Amar Rav. So Rav has a different way. Now, it's a little bit, there's two different Girsaot. The Rav has a different Girsa in his Gemara. Well, first we're going to read the way Rashi has it, which is the way we have it in our Gemara. Ezra tikkun tefillah lebari hamargal avoyim so. You're right. Ezra was only the taken tefillah for a healthy person who brought it on. Through Tashra Shemet. 40 so. That's it. That's the end of Ezra. He didn't speak about sick people. And he didn't speak about Tisha Kabin. He said, a bari who brings on Keri has to go into a mikveh. The Rabbanan came, a later era, and they were mitaken for the bari leonso. They said, okay, if you're a bari and it just happened to you, you didn't bring it on, so Tisha Kabin will be okay. Which means that what they're saying is that they were being machmir. Comes out. I didn't say it with the right tone a few seconds ago. I want to just, want to erase that. According to Ezra, if a healthy person finds that he had carry, but he didn't bring it on, he doesn't need anything. But the Chachamim were machmir. They said, 1 second, you saw carry, I don't care how you saw carry. I don't care that Ezra didn't do it. We want you to do something. But they didn't make him go to a mikveh. They said Tisha Kabin is enough. The Atu Amaroi, and Amaroi came, meaning Rav Dimi and Ravin, which we had before, came, and they argued about what the Chachamim said about a chole. Marsa v'chole amargil kibori amargil. One said that a chole, which brings it on, is just like a healthy person. So therefore, he's required to have Tfilat Ezra, because he's no different. V'chole le'onso kivari le'onso. And a chole that happens in Ones is like a bari of Ones. A bari of Ones needs Tisha Kabin. Umar savar bari amargila ba'im sa'ah. One says, no, only a bari that's margila brings on needs a ba'im sa'ah. V'chole ha-margil, and a chole who brings it on is kibari le'onso. Therefore, all he needs is Tisha Kabin. Avol chole le'onso patur miklum. Amarava hilchita bari margil. Okay, so that's a very nice way of putting it. And Rava says the halacha is like this: bari margil, v'chole hamargil be'arba'im sa'ah. If you're healthy, you bring it on. Or even if you're sick and you bring it on, arba'im sa'ah. The problem with this girsa now is that he's not taking any of the sides. Because nobody said that the chole hamargil needs arba'im sa'ah. Well, we did have a shita like that, but according to that shita, bari le'onso should be now. He says, bari le'onso, Tisha Kabin, but chole le'onso patur miklum. So he kind of took like the chole that's margil to the highest point, and the chole le'onso to the lowest point, and we didn't have any shita that did that. So he kind of made like a hybrid, and that's why the Rashba asks on this girsa. So there's a lot to speak about this in our Samech that answers it, but that's what Rava said. Chole le'onso patur from anything. A bari hamargil and even a chole hamargil need arba'im sa'ah. A bari le'onso is the middle case. It's Tisha Kabin. Okay. Tanu Rabbanan, Bal Keri Shenat Lo Olav Tisha Kabin Mayim Tahor. Lamed Dvarim Amurim Le'atzmo. Aval Achirim Arba'im Sa'ah. An amazing thing. A Bal Keri that they place Tisha Kabin is Tahor for himself, to learn Torah himself. But to teach others, he needs 40 stuff. Wow. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Aba'im Sa'a Mikol Makom. Rabbi Yehuda says, not true. You can even teach others what does that mean? Now, Rabbi Yehuda is saying you need 40 sah. Now, what does that mean? Is he saying...
They're both saying 47.
No. Right, so what's Rabbi Yehuda really adding to the Tanakh? So we'll see in a second. So Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon Levi, Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Chanina. Chad me'ha'izduga, v'chad me'ha'izduga. One, now there's two groups here. Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon Levi, that's one group. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Chanina, second pair. So one of the first pair and one of the second pair argued about the braita that we just brought. Chad Amar, one of the first pair said, Had Amit, this that you said, Lamed Varam Amurim, that when can a person be lenient with Tisha Kab, is le'atzmo, aval achirim abayim sa'ah, but to teach others you need 40 sa'ah. Lo shanu, they did not teach us ela lecholeh hamarkid. Only for a sick person who brought it onto himself. Since he's sick, they were lenient and they said Tisha Kab. Aval lecholeh lo'onto, but a sick person who didn't even bring it on.
He's not sick enough to
So
bring it on
he can even teach others with Tisha Kab. They're not saying that he's patur from anything, right? They're saying he still needs, but he can teach others with Tisha Kab. The Chad Amar, Kol Acherim, the other one says, anybody who comes to teach Torah La'acherim, afilu chola le'onso, even a chola who's an honest, ad ikar by himself, needs 40 saw to be told. Okay? So basically they're both agreeing that a chola who's a margil is enough to use Tisha Kab to learn Torah for himself. Okay? But to teach others, if you're a chola hamargil, you need 40 saw. And they both agree to that. To teach you
How sick do you need to be?
I don't know.
I mean, he's not sick enough to bring it on himself. He's not sick enough. He can still bring it on himself, so he still has marital relations, so he's not
Right.
that sick.
Right. Right. Doesn't have to be so sick.
So, it's not...
But it is
What constitutes as sick?
when he tells us chamuta, I'm not feeling well.
I'm not feeling
I don't
well.
think it- I don't
But I
think
can
it's a-
still
I
have
don't-
marital relations with my wife.
Right. He doesn't have to be so sick.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Alright.
First of all,
Fine.
it could be that he got sick in the morning.
Yeah.
That's not allowed doctor. But I would agree with you that even if he was sick, not that sick, and he was able to have marital relations,
Yeah, he's not so...
he's not so sick.
No.
Right. Okay. The Chad Me'azuga Aseifa. And the other one left in the first pair, and the other Manda Amar in the second pair had a machloket about the Seifa about Rabbi Yehuda. Chad Amar Had Amar Rabbi Yehuda Arbaim So Mikol Makom. One of them said that when Rabbi Yehuda says 40 saw help about carry Mikol Makom in any case Lo Shonu Elo B'Karka. That means that's only when the water is in the karka. Aval B'Kelim. But if it's drawn water in vessels, lo, you can't use that for the tahara like mechatzot that we saw before or Ravuna. Doesn't work. The Chad Amar Afilu B'Kelim Nami. And others say that Rabbi Yehuda meant that even in Kelim, if you have 40 saw in Kelim, that also helps, even though it's drawn water. So the Gemara says, "Bishlam l'mad amar afilu b'kelim haylu dekatone Rabbi Yehuda omer Abraham stami kol makom." If you tell me that Rabbi Yehuda is saying a chidush, a heter, a leniency, that you could always use 40 saw, even if they weren't in a kosher mikveh, they were gathered in a keli, then he's adding something. That was really what Michael was asking. What's he saying differently? So if you say that he's saying a leniency in kelim, makes sense. El l'mad amar b'karka ein b'kelim lo. Mikol Makom Latu Yimai. So what did he mean when he said Mikol Makom? There's no added leniency. So the answer is Latu Yimai She'uvin. Okay? Which means, even if it's not Kalim, there's two psulim. One is to go into a Kali, even if it was rainfall, and one is, even if it's in a pit, but it's She'uvin, it was drawn first and then poured in. So therefore he's saying She'uvin are okay. Okay, as long as you do them in the karka. Rav Papa Rav Huna Bereid Rav Yeshua Rav Bar Shmuel Hichu Rifta B'Hadi Adon. Rav Papa Rav Huna Bereid Rav Yeshua Rav Bar Shmuel, they all, I think it's called, you break bread. That's what it's called. That's what it means. They ate together. Amalu Rav Papa Havli Li Lididi Livruch Denafali Levai Tishukam. Even though I was the Valkyrie, let me lead the benching, the Birkat HaMazon, because I'm allowed to, because I have Tishukam. And now I'll be Motzi. Because in those days, the Mizamen would say the whole Birkat HaMazon. Amalu Rav Bar Shmuel Tanina, we looked at the bright and he told him, I'm sorry, you can't be Motzi us with Birkat HaMazon. Because you looked at the bright that if you want to teach Torah to others, like what you're doing now for us, you need 40 sa'ah. Let me be the one to mizamen, because I actually went into a mikveh. So Rav Huna ben Yeshua told him, let me be the one, because I didn't need to go to Tisha Kabin, and I didn't need the 40 sa'ah, because I never saw the carry. So, what?
And these are the conversations we're talking about before we finish.
Yeah. So,
This is just in case that one will make the benching and aiming to להוציא את שאר האנשים, אבל if somebody wants to pray by himself, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to.
Doesn't
Right.
have
He doesn't have to. Now, what exactly is Rav Huna saying? I didn't see Kerry, so I should be the one. Why is that better than if someone saw and they went to the mikveh?
Repeat that again?
If someone saw Kerry, they went to the mikveh.
Yeah, he's also too.
So now he's. Wait, Rav Huna never saw Kerry? He never saw Kerry. He didn't see Kerry now, but he once saw Kerry, so why is he out of that status of a year ago or 2 weeks ago? Because he went to the mikveh. So did he go to the mikveh? What does he mean? I didn't see Kerry.
Does this apply to Chazan? If he wants to lead, then it's better to have.
Yes? Yeah. I mean, today, really, they're not really being motzi anybody in anything. Originally, the Chazan was instituted for that. Today, the main reason why we have Chazarat HaShatz today, since everybody became king, is to be able to say Kedusha B'tzibur, because we are posek, that we can't say it privately in our Shmoneh, like yesterday's Sugya, and to say Modim, and to have Bikat Kohanim. Okay? So,
But didn't you say the greatest part was the Yeshmei Rabbah?
yeah. So you hate Shmei Rabbah, but yeah. The Yeshua Rabbah also, everybody's saying themselves. Nobody's being motzi. Okay, so I'm not sure what Rav Huna meant exactly. Now there's other shittas Rishonim, like the Ritva, learns this Gemara a little differently. That Rav Huna was saying, I did see Kerry, but I didn't go to the mikveh at all, and I didn't go to Tisha Kabin, but I hold that, like if you do a potato, that ain't the return of Kalpum Tumah. So you need this and you need that. I hold that I don't need anything. That's what he was saying. So,
Who won?
I don't know. But the Gemara doesn't bring it up because I don't know if it's I don't know the answer. But I was thinking maybe the pshat's like this, that this is mamish, I don't know. This could be it's really wrong. So perhaps even if you go to the mikveh, but you're still within the day, you didn't have Herav Shemesh. So for example, these two Amoraim, were they able to eat Truma if they were Kohanim? Even the one that went to the mikveh, the Abayim still, not the Tisha B'Av. No. So that means that Midoraita, he's called the Tvul Yom. He can't eat Truma yet. So he still has a residue, but he said, I didn't see Kerry today. So even if he saw it 2 weeks ago, he already went to the mikveh, that he had Erev Shemesh. So he's more pure than they are, because he's pure b'doraita. Maybe that's what he meant. I don't know. Rav Chama told him, "B'malu yomi de Pischa, lo hotzu ram yidei chavotam, they learned d'lchita." Rav Chama would go to the mikveh on Erev Pesach, so that he could motzi everyone with the bracha. It doesn't speak about what bracha, but it's the bracha before the Ritva says, before you say Hallel, the night of Pesach. The rest of the days of the year, he didn't go to the mikveh for his carry. He just placed Tisha K'av, Rashi says. But since he had to see the rabbin tonight, he wasn't the Chazan very often. But the halacha does not follow Rav Chama. What does that mean? It doesn't follow Rav Chama. Either it means that there's no difference for the purity of yourself or to teach others. If Tisha K'av is good for yourself, it's good for others. Or l'alacha, the Gemara means we go like a Yehuda ben Betera, that today there is no Takanat Ezra, and a Balkari could learn and could pray for himself and for others without any tahara. Okay? And by the way, that's why Tosfot brings down the Ri, that's why when you go to the mikveh on Erev Yom Kippur, which is made for Takanat Ezra, there's no bracha to make. Because the Gemara Paskins, that's what Tosfot says, that the halacha, we don't go to Takanat Ezra. So if you make a bracha, Shegdishon mitzotav tzivanu, litvol al tvilat Ezra, whatever, it's a bracha levatova, says Tosfot. So now, the beautiful thing they bring down here is the machloket rishon. That some say, you're right, the Gemara says we don't go to Tfilat Ezra, for whatever reason, either because of Yehuda ben Betera, whatever Yehuda ben Betera's reason was, either because there was a Tanai that he was allowed to be Mevatalit, or it wasn't Nitbashet throughout Klal Yisrael, but the Gemara is saying like this, and that's what the Rishonim go. But many Rishonim say that it's only for the words of Torah. But for tefillah, for prayer, you need something. You need halacha. Wow. Maybe Tisha K'av. Maybe not mikveh. Maybe Tisha K'av is good. You stand under the shower. I once heard that you have to stand under the shower before it gets turned on, and I was wondering why. I heard that from a great place. Because every drop of water is a new drop of water, so you're pouring that one on. But it could be that it's like you pour down a barrel down a mountain, and then you jump under the mountain. So the initial pouring wasn't really on yourself. I don't really know. I don't know. But for sure, if you stand in the shower, you turn it on, and you stand under there for I don't know how many minutes, that's Tisha K'av. So, at least Tisha K'av you might need for tefillah. Okay? Others say, no. When the Gemara says, let hilchat k'avafei, it means there's no tefillat, there's no takanat ezra for anything. And that's the way the Shulchan Aruch is posek. You don't need takanat ezra for anything. If you do it, natov anon. The Mishavur brings down, anshe ma'aser noigim takana zu. The people of action still go into takana, like we spoke about before. And the Mishavur says, "V'hanoheg ken tavo alav bracha." Rabbi Yonah, one of the Rishonim here, he says, if you go to the mikveh, your tefillah will be mikubelet yoter in Shemayim. And he brings down in the name of the Rambam that testified about himself that in his entire life he never was mevatel this tefillah. Okay? Fine. Haya omed b'tefillah. In his kashu balkei. Lo yafstik el yikatzeh.
What was yikatzeh? Shorten the tefillah?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because he's in the middle and you realize that he's Balkari, so now I have to cut it short?
Exactly. He's in the middle of tefillah and he remembers he's a Balkari. So what he does is, he says the beginning of every bracha and the end of every bracha. And he cuts out the middle.
Sorry, the pain that you just said about davening, going to the mikvah before davening, what was it from again? Who said that? About the whole idea that it gets received better in Shemayim? Who said that?